it's a simple Gmail login which all of us have. I can't think of anybody who does not have a Gmail login today. If you have an Android phone, by default you have a Gmail login. We recommend that if a child has his or her own Gmail login, he will have his privacy. But if a child is using your device at this point in time, you can continue to use the Gmail login of your device for logging into Classroom. So the simple method of logging in is the Gmail login itself, which you already have. You don't have to create one. Now, one advantage which it gives is all communication at one place. Okay, there are variety of communication which you receive. One of the most important communication which you receive from us is the schedules of classes, especially see the tuition classes. The schedule is fixed. All of us know it is in the evening, a particular time slot. Your child comes to the same tuition center, to the same tutor, and that is fixed. Yeah. So one communication which often you receive, and we have been sending using various modes, which is WhatsApp, sometimes few times I think email was also used. So then it is not a very robust way of communicating. You know, WhatsApp is an informal medium. So we want, if you see how does Google Classroom resolve this? Google Classroom has the option of calendar as one of the menu items in this. So I've straight away come to the Classroom to show you the benefit first, then I will show you in the last how do we access this feature. Okay, so this is a Google Calendar feature which displays the calendar for your child's class. For example, on 11th Monday there is a 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. English theory class. On between 3 to 4 p.m. there is a tuition class, and so on and so forth. You can see on different dates there are classes which are already marked on the calendar. Now this can be seen in the Google Classroom app. The child can just click on this and see this feature, and the best thing about this is you can click on this particular event. It will automatically show the timing and also the Zoom link. By clicking on the Zoom link, the child can join the class immediately. Okay, so even remembering the meeting ID or Zoom link, which sometimes can get lost, you know, all that headache will go away. The calendar is an excellent way of tracking when the classes are there. Okay, now and also in case there is a change for whatever reason, there is a slight reschedule which happened from our side. Automatically from our side, when the time changes, the timing of the event changes, it gets published in the child's calendar, and the notification comes to you in your mobile or whatever device you are using. Because all of you, I'm sure most of you are familiar with the Google notification. They keep coming. Whenever something changes, a message or a notification comes on the mobile phone. So Google is pretty good at continuously reminding us. So a reminder or a notification can also come in terms of any change in the calendar. So that is one feature which is a very, very handy in the Google Classroom. The schedules of the classes and the links of the classes will be automatically available in the Google Classroom platform. The second thing is, yeah, we said one of the challenges is access to resources, access to material in the child's class, access to the entire library of textbooks. For example, this particular class is V001. This belongs to Harsh, 3 p.m. class 7. So the textbooks of class 7, all the textbooks of class 7 are available here, subject wise. And let's say the child has to refer to the textbook for doing some study, the tutor has to explain. Even if the physical textbook is not available with the child, the textbook can be accessed from the library of the Google Classroom. So all textbooks will be made available, whichever are available. Now both the boards, CBSE and SSC, are available for quite some time. So any chapter, for example, the child wants to refer to in the textbook and study, he can access it this way in the Google Classroom environment. So textbook access is another important thing which can be made easily available. Everything will be available inside this app. I think this is the best part. Now this is where the real power of this classroom comes into the picture. Okay. For example, there is a particular chapter which has been taught on a given day. The tutor gives an assignment. Now, once the tutor gives an assignment, the child has to do that homework and respond back. So, Google Classroom app gives an option of doing this to and fro interaction between the tutor and the child very, very smooth. So, I will illustrate to you. I will take the example of one live class. So Sai Kirtana is one of the students, she's a class 7 student. So I will illustrate to you in this classroom for how this child has done some assignments and how the tutor has guided her. For example, exercise 5.1 is the assignment or the homework given by the tutor to the child, and 5.1 in the textbook. Okay. Now you see what the child has done. The child has, in the exercise 5.1, she has submitted 3 documents. The document submission is pretty simple. Doing it in the tuition notebook and taking a pic of that with the mobile. As simple as that. So what you see here, 5.1 exercise, the child has done the homework. She found whatever answers she has to, write it down. There is no complication keying it on the computer or the mobile. Take a pic of that notes and upload it. As simple as that. It's like a jiffy. It's like putting it in WhatsApp. As simple as putting it in WhatsApp. Now the best part of it is, I think this is Harsh. Harsh, these are your comments, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So here, Harsh has done a correction for that notes and given a comment. This comment will be available to the child, and you can see on the right side here the interaction between the child and the tutor in terms of clarification. So if you see the submissions which are done by the child for the assignments or the homeworks which are given by the tutor will be pretty easy, and the tutor can correct them and share his comments or her comments with the child for further development. So it's an ongoing dialogue which it facilitates to make the learning very smooth. So these are some of the submissions that the child has done. For every assignment which the tutor gives, if you see for this child, Sai Kirtana, all the assignments which she has done, they are at one place. These are the 3 assignments which she has done in the last 3-4 days. They are all at one place. Now the best thing is, in the app, even the parent can access the record of where all my child is doing well, not doing well, what kind of corrections have happened, and so on and so forth. Now, this can be replicated even for the classwork which the school is going to give now. Once the school start, they are going to do some classwork, they are going to give some assignments. The same, and most often it is going to come in the form of soft copy from the school. Considering that the schools are also going to be an online mode for the next few months, it is going to be a soft copy, and that can be uploaded by the child very easily, and then the same to and fro learning between the child and the tutor can happen. So integration of the school work with tuition work is going to be very seamless and pretty easy in this platform. The next thing which I would like to highlight are the assessments part. We use some assessments which are at the time of admission. Okay. To evaluate the child, to understand where the child stands on various, various concepts till the previous class. So the administration of this assignment is also going to be pretty easy in terms of, for the child, it will be online. Most of our assessments are online assessments. For example, this is called concept evaluation test in mathematics for class 6 child. So the child will be able to, do this test online and submit the answers at the end of the test. Now, this is a fairly long test. It takes about an hour, and it can be done under the invigilation of the tutor so that the child also does it seriously. So, once this test is done, concept evaluation test, the tutor and AMS assesses the child's strengths and weaknesses, and based on that, the tutoring is customized. Okay, so that is one kind of assessment. Another important assignment, which is again my favorite, is the chapter-wise assessment which we do. At the end of the revision of every chapter, our methodology is to check how well the child has, internalized the chapter. So the chapter-wise assessments are some things which we do at the end of each chapter. Right now, what I'm showing to you as an example is a maths chapter-wise assessment. I think this is for, I guess it is for class 7. Class 7 chapter-wise test for a chapter called lines and angles. Now, this chapter-wise test is again made by, us in a manner which it tests the entire chapter. If a child is thorough in the chapter, the child will be able to score well in this, or vice versa. If the child scores well in this, out of 20 marks, it's a 20-mark test, it's about 40 minutes test. If the child does well in this, at least about 16 or above, which is about 80% and above, we believe the child has done well in the chapter and the child is thorough. So these chapter-wise tests are made by our, academic team with thorough research to check every aspect of the chapter. So this is done at the end of the revision of every chapter. Now again, if you see, this is not multiple choice questions, these are long questions. Once it is a long question, Google Classroom gives an opportunity for us to make the child write it on a piece of paper or answer sheet or in the tuition notebook and upload the answers by taking the pictures. So that's another important thing which can be done. And of course, this is something which I have highlighted. Learning videos, it becomes all the more easy again at a single place. Let me share with you, this is Raju sir's class 10, how the video library has been shared for a chapter called electricity. Okay, now there are multiple videos. All these videos, they are curated videos. They are specially made for learning purposes. They are not just videos of some teacher teaching using a board. Okay, so it's very, very easy to do that using Google Classroom. So you see most of the challenges which we have, which online learning is going to have, whether it is us, whether it is school, Google Classroom addresses that, and we have already created the environment in such a way that these issues get addressed. Yeah. Okay. Now now that we have talked about the benefits, I'll quickly take you to the next step, which is how to join. I mean, it's pretty easy, I can say. It's an app. Like in Android, how do you do? You just download the app, or if it is Apple, you just download the app. If it is desktop, you just go to classroom.google.com. Yeah, this is my mobile phone screen. Can you see my screen, all of you?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. So in
Yes,
Google,
sir.
yeah, okay. So in Google Classroom, once you open the app, this is how it looks.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Yeah, it looks empty. There are no classes here. If you see, there are options of classes and all. There are no classes which are visible here. Classes, there is an option called classes. There's something called calendar. Then there are folders and settings and all. The only thing which we need to do is classes. Okay, the begin with. Let me show you how do I join this class. In order to join a class, you will need a class code. After downloading the app, you will need a class code. So let me get the class code of the class which I am trying to join. 6 or 7 letter code. So here you need to press the plus sign. So plus sign, You can see join class option here. So join class. Then it is asking me to join the class by keying in the class code. So I am entering the class code. I want to be member of 7th class. Assume I am a 7th class student. I am entering the class code of 7th class here of V001 ML65IS. Then I press join. Okay. Now I am joining this class. Here it is. V001 3 p.m. class 7. That's it. Okay, so you have joined here, right? And then once you join in the app, you click on this blue box, which is the class name. Okay, and you will see stream classwork people. Niche, you are able to see these 3 tabs. So stream is something like your Facebook wall. Whatever is posted, whatever is done, it will get displayed there. So you don't have to bother too much about the stream. It is just for your information. What is important for you to look at is your classwork. Go into classwork and you will see if there is any class which is assigned by the teacher to you. Once the teacher assigns any classwork to you, you will be able to see the classwork here. Okay, it's as simple as that. You can also see other people who are in your class. For example, in this case, I can see the teachers here. Once the teacher assigns me, and also students in this. Okay, so joining is very, very simple. And in fact, we will see once as of now you have joined AMS class, but you may also, once let us say your school also starts using Google Class, you will see another box, blue box here, another box, which is your school class. So you can, same app will be useful in case your school is also implementing it. Now, second thing, let us say you want to join, let's say how the calendar will be visible. I am opening calendar here. So right now, once I open the calendar, let us say I want to attend today's 3 p.m. class. I click on this box. It opens the Zoom link and I click on this. Everything I'm doing on my mobile only, if you see. I click on this link. It is trying to open my Zoom app and go and join the meeting. Okay. The Zoom app is already installed on your device, means it will open it and it will allow me to join the meeting. Currently, I'm already on Zoom. I should not do that. Everybody has either downloaded or you are in this particular desktop. In the desktop, you need to go to this particular link.